Oh, it's recording. Am I in the frame?
No.
Wolfpack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys arrest.
Hey there! David here with Lindsay. Today we're going to be doing something other than our favorite movie countdown type stuff that we do. I'm actually going to be, well, you're kind of just here, but I'm going to be talking about the worst looking wrestling belts of all time, in my personal opinion. This isn't just to WWE. This goes towards any wrestling promotion out there, old, new. They're all up for grabs. So, I am, I used to be a huge diehard wrestling fan. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really been watching wrestling in like the last 10 years. But recently I've actually gotten kind of into it because of all the stuff that's going over in New Japan. I'm not going to lie, WWE's actually getting a little bit better from what I've seen, from what my friends have shown me. So,
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So I'm going to be, again, talking about some of the worst, ugliest belt designs ever created, because there's been some great looking belts, and there's been some type belts where it's like, do I really want to win that? We're going to start with number 5. Number 5, I have down the Universal Championship, which is the newest WWE title that they have created. To me, it's boring. It's red. Now, don't get me wrong. I am all for colored titles. Like, I think the Undertaker, the Ultimate Warriors, like yellow Intercontinental title, the white Intercontinental title, even the blue Attitude Era belt was cool. But there's just something about the red. It's just, I don't know, like it's just ugly. Like it's so bright. I mean, if it was a darker, maybe blood red, okay, but it's so bright, it stands out, and it's like it's just the championship look gets lost in all that red. And I just, every time I see it, I'm just like, dude, like, at least the WWE championship is black, and the gold and all the silver and stuff pops. And then once again, it's just the red. Everything gets lost in the red. So I can't stand it. I think it's so ugly. And number 4 is the WWE Tag Team Championship from a couple years ago.
You mean the pennies?
The ones that look like the pennies, yeah. So I know they got new ones now. They got the SmackDown and the Raw. Raw going again with the red strap, SmackDown with the blue strap. And those, I guess, aren't so bad. They're the exact same belt, but the colors, I guess, aren't bad. The red ones I'm not fond of. Blue ones are not too bad. But it's those black strap, bronze penny looking belts
With Spartans on them?
with Spartans on them. I mean, I can't remember a Spartan. Just why? I mean, I don't get it, but whatever. Now, going back from the Raw Tag Team Championship belts and the SmackDown Tag Team Championship belts, I personally think both those belts were really, really nice. Now, the classic WWF from like the 90s, early 2000s, those were dope. I love those. Those ones are sick. Just, I don't know, there's something classic about them. These ones look like they just look like a Mario coins. Like I don't know, it's stupid. I know, like, a couple of my buddies were like, oh yeah, they're really, really cool. And I was just like, dude, I don't know what the hell you're looking at, but they are not cool at all. Ugh.
Yeah, I have no idea about any of this stuff. The belts, I watched a little bit of wrestling when I was growing up, but not as much as you.
Well, no. I mean, if you're a boy, growing up in the 90s, early 2000s, you watched wrestling a lot.
I had cousins. We
I know
watched.
your cousins. We're all in that same age group, and I know me and them can nerd out when it comes to wrestling stuff. So number 3, and I'm surprised I did not have this higher.
I'm surprised too.
I am surprised I didn't have this like.
I hope the one I'm thinking of is your number 1 because it's just god awful.
Number 3 is actually the Divas Championship.
I wouldn't fight for it. There's no way.
Yeah, she didn't know what it looked like, and I showed her a picture of it, and she instantly was like, "Oh my god, that's the ugliest thing ever." To me, it's a slap in the face to women's wrestling. I mean, you have some of the greatest women champions of all time, and then all of a sudden you guys decide to go with this. I mean, it's just...
Not to mention, it looks like those dolls that came out a while ago, the Brat dolls, where they have like really big heads.
Yeah.
It almost looks like one of their logos,
It looks
but it says Divas.
Like, okay, well, it's clearly a big giant butterfly, but to me, it looks like one of those women who just wear too much makeup. There's just too much going on, and...
There's nothing to be said.
I mean,
it was
It was during that time where, for some reason, WWE decided to treat the women's division like crap, and so they gave them a crap title. And I'm not gonna lie, this was, I mean, anytime the Divas would come out and fight for the Diva Championship, that was the I gotta go take a piss match.
Or go get another beer or popcorn.
Or, yeah, it's like, I got something to do. I can afford to miss this one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for a select few, there was maybe a handful of female wrestlers who were good. But for the most part, the women who held this belt were not that talented when it comes to the ring or on the microphone. So, again, crap title for crap wrestlers. My number 2 is every spinner belt out there. Whether it's the WWE title, the United States title, or Edge's Rated R Superstar spinning title. I think those belts are, again, I know there's a lot of people out there who love them. I personally, I can't stand them. I don't think, God, where do I start? It's like, okay, when John Cena first did it, it fit his character because he was like that Vanilla Ice rapper, like, oh, I'm a tool kind of guy. You know, like back in the early 2000s, everyone had the spinning chains and all that stuff. Well, that was his character.
Which were so stupid.
Right? So that was his character and it fit. That's why when he first debuted it, I was like, okay, it fits him, whatever. But then, for some reason, it just, the next guy won it. And then the next guy won it. And like they never changed it back to what it was before, which was the Undisputed design, which I love, by the way.
Didn't you
But it's
say...
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, didn't you say one guy actually won it and they've been using it for so long that it didn't even spin anymore?
Oh, well, it got to a point where the spinning belt didn't even spin. It was the design, and then the W was basically stationary after a while. And so it's like, what's the point of having it? Like, if it's not going to spin, why have it? Why keep it for freaking a decade, which they did. They kept it for like 10 years. And it just looked out of place. Like, Triple H had it. It did not look like it belonged to him. It was a belt that just looked like, that's John Cena's belt. And Triple H and Orton and all these guys who had it were just wearing it. It wasn't theirs.
It was like
just
a hand-me-down.
Yeah, the only one who changed it that I can recall was
Edge, right?
Well, Edge changed it to the Rated R Superstar logo, which was stupid. It was even dumber. Like, if you could, I mean, you could get uglier than what it was. Edge made it uglier. I think the only one that put their own spin on it, other than Edge, was
fun,
right? I didn't even catch it. The only one who put their own spin on it, other than Edge, was the Miz. Because he switched the W upside down so it was an M. So I was like, that's pretty clever.
But
funny.
if you spin it,
it kind of made
back to a W.
Well, it was stationary at the time, so it's like, okay, he put his own spin on it. Funny, humorous. But other than that, I mean, just I've taken pictures. Like I've held this belt actually, like, and I've taken pictures with it, and I'm just like, it's just so ugly. You go from the winged belt to the Attitude Era belt to the Undisputed belt to this. For number one,
Oh, thank God!
it's actually
number one.
it's not even a WWE belt. It's a
It's bad.
Number one, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I think you'll agree with me. It's Jeff Hardy's TNA World Heavyweight title belt. I mean, just look at it.
I'm tired of looking.
It is so god awful. I mean, I don't know. This clearly is Jeff Hardy's design. I mean, you could just tell by looking at
It
this
reeks
belt.
of him.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for customized belts for an individual, like Stone Cold's Smoking Skull belt, The Rock's Brahma Bull belt, and I know we just talked about, and I know I just smashed John Cena's belt, but I'll even give it to John Cena's belt because that thing is way better than this piece of shit. Like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
A spinner might fix this a little.
I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's supposed to be Jeff Hardy's face on it.
Or a mermaid.
Or what, but I'm not going to lie, like, the face alone looks like it was just drawn on with a Sharpie.
And then the gills, I think
yeah,
that
and
they
then
look like gills.
It looks like a gill. I mean, it's just...
It looks like a pretty version of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I mean, overall, it's a horrendous belt. And the fact that it was built up as it's a brand new belt for a brand new era of TNA wrestling, and it's like, this is what, like, dude, if this is what it's gonna be, ugh. Because Jeff Hardy was presented this belt by Hogan, Ric Flair, Jeff Jarrett, and a bunch of other guys in TNA, and it's ugh. Thank God it did not last that long. So I mean, if you guys can think of any other belts that is worse than this, let me know. Write it down.
I have to see it.
Yeah, because I definitely got to see this stuff. I mean, there might be some belts that I missed, so just let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I got to go clean my eyes now because I hate looking at this belt.